What's good? It's your boy Dot from Dot Me Now Coaching Entertainment for Coaching. Link down below. So we're gonna be talking about Agni Yoga, bro. We're gonna talk about what it is, how it's different than all the other yogas. We're gonna talk about the different planes of existence and the yogas for the different planes of existence. And I want to stay tuned for this video. I ain't gonna lie. We're gonna talk about the different stages of Agni Yoga and how to practice Agni Yoga. So if you want a book, here's a book on Agni Yoga. You know what I'm saying? By my guy Bruce Lyons. So this book is kind of like advanced. Like, not gonna lie, you probably want to read this book a couple times over and stuff like that, especially if you don't study theopathy or nothing like that. So and this is what it's called, theopathy. You know what I'm saying? Um, I'm gonna try to link another book about Agni Yoga that's a bit more basic than this one. And in the future, I'll make videos about other books to help you with that, like books about the different rays and stuff like that, because this book has a lot of shit inside of it that I'm not even gonna talk about, because like some shit I just can't explain, and some shit is just too much for the video. So bro, we're back on YouTube. Let's get into the video. Coaching down below, donations down below, Discord down below for a Discord full of stars. She just is getting dope. So what even is Agni Yoga? So let me just put my joint right here real quick. So Agni, right? Agni Yoga is called the path of dissolution, the way of fire, and the yoga for the soul. So let me explain why. Agni, right, is a god in India for fire. If you look at the thumbnail, you can actually see the guy inside the thumbnail. That's Agni. You know what I'm saying? Now, inside this yoga, you don't worship Agni. You don't say, oh my God, Agni, please help me. It's not about that. You know what I'm saying? Agni represents fire, right? Now, fire burns things. That's why it's called the path of dissolution, because Agni Yoga, let me make sure I don't go ahead. You know what I'm saying? Yep. See, Agni Yoga, right, is meant for you to dissolve your personality and then get in tune with your soul, and then for your soul to get back in tune with source. And as you pretty much get back in tune with source, you dissolve all the false parts of yourself. It's like you're burning up all the false parts of yourself. You're burning up the personality, different parts of your soul that aren't fully like the source and stuff like that. We're gonna talk about all the type of shit inside this video. You know what I'm saying? So this yoga is not as structured as the other yogas. Like, for example, you have Bhakti yoga, right, which is pretty much yoga of devotion, right? When you have all these other yogas, right, you have like, you may have set times to meditate. You know what I'm saying? You may have to do certain physical practices, certain mantras. Like, you're kind of urged to practice certain things in a structured sort of a way. Agni Yoga is not even a certain structure of yoga that you do at some time of the day. No, Agni Yoga is a whole entire lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? You can practice Agni Yoga every single day, every single second of the day, every single millisecond of the day, and you get what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying? But now, on some real talk though, Agni Yoga is not structured like the other yogas. You know what I'm saying? You can practice this shit every single day, every single other day. So let me explain how it's actually different. You see, most yogas, right, are putting your personality in tune with the soul. You know what I'm saying? That's why you got to go through the whole ego death shit, blah, 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 blah shit. Because we start off as a personality, right? But then as we are a personality, we get in tune with our soul. But guess what? There's actually more stuff after the individual soul, which is the point of this yoga, because all the other yogas back in the past was just for your personality to get in tune with the soul and stuff like that. But now we're actually at the soul, and it's time to move beyond that. So the other yogas, right, that you have are like, you have hatha yoga, right, which is more based upon like stretching and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Now, hatha yoga is for the physical body and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Because at the time when it was made, you know what I'm saying, like pretty much like Lemuria times, right, the bodies were pretty weak. So it's like doing all the stretches and the physical practices kind of help build the body up and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Now our bodies are pretty much good. We're already pretty active throughout the day and stuff like that. We don't really need to do yogas. Like, we don't really need to do a whole bunch of stretching and make our bodies strong, because our body's already pretty much strong and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So hatha yoga is a little bit outdated. Now, if people still need that, see, it's like outdated for humanity as a whole, but some individual people may still need to practice that kind of yoga. You also have karma yoga, right? Karma yoga, aka yoga of action, is also for the body. It's like the body getting closer to like the etheric body. It's like the physical body getting closer to the etheric body and astral body. You know what I'm saying? So karma yoga, right, is yoga of action. It's pretty much you focus on what actions you take, and it's pretty much like through the actions that you take, it helps you connect to your soul and stuff like that. Because as you like do helpful things for people, it could feel good and then like connect you back to your soul and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It's a like if see, I'm gonna actually leave a book down below also. I gotta leave these books. I'm gonna try to do that shit, bro. I got y'all, bro. So there's a book that contains all the different main yogas: Bhakti, Karma, Raja, and there's like another one that I forgot the name of. But I'll link that one down below. You know what I'm saying? If you have a Kindle, bro, it's only $9 on Kindle, bro. The book has every single yoga, well, all the main yogas inside of it. You know what I'm saying? So if you ever want to study those, go inside that shit. But like overall in karma yoga, you kind of see how like, you know what I'm saying? There's not, you don't even see good or bad actions anymore when you do karma yoga. Because for example, me talking right now can like my breath can be killing like a whole bunch of small creatures inside the air right now. You know what I'm saying? Um, Also, let's say like you help somebody out, right? But like the person you helped out may have an enemy. So like the enemy may hate that you helped them out type shit. So it's bad for the enemy, but good for the person that you helped out type shit. You start seeing how there's like a positive and a negative to all your actions, and you kind of learn how to take action inside the world while being detached from the action that you take and stuff like that. And that helps purify your personality, get back in tune with the soul and stuff like that, right? Then you also have Bhakti Yoga, which I talked about. Now, Bhakti Yoga is also yoga of devotion. You know what I'm saying? And that is for your emotions and your astral body and stuff like that. And this was around the time of Atlantis type shit. You know what I'm saying? When people in Atlantis, they were like very like mind based, so they needed help on their emotions and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, we don't really need Bhakti yoga. Now, some people might who are too intellectual and don't have no feeling shit. You know what I'm saying? But as a whole, we've kind of moved beyond that type of shit. We already have powerful emotions and stuff like that. And oftentimes, people's emotions make them become super fanatical and stuff like that. Like for example, most religious people are only practicing the devotional part. They're not getting the wisdom part. So they don't understand how they're actually one with the thing that they're worshiping. They only just feel the feeling. You know what I'm saying? And all that powerful feeling, yes, it feels powerful, but it could make you have arguments because you feel so powerfully drawn to your religion that you can't see any other perspective type shit. But if you have the emotion with the wisdom, then it's like you can actually feel, oh my God, I love this religion and I love Jesus, or I love whatever God or goddess it is, right? But you could still know that this is not the only way. And you also know that you're actually unified with the thing that you're worshiping type shit. You know what I'm saying? So in the lower stages of Bhakti yoga, people get too fanatical and stuff like that because they're just emotionally obsessed with this one image and they can't move beyond just that one image. So they always attack everybody else type shit. In the higher stages of Bhakti yoga, you actually learn how to like have how to have the good emotion without being so fucking fanatical and being like, oh my God, I have the only truth type shit. So you just gotta practice Bhakti yoga way more if you're already on that path type shit to move beyond the whole fanatic stage where you're just only obsessed with this one religion type shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the book that I talked about with all the yogas, it talks about that shit. So if you want to get that shit, link down below. Then you also have what's it called? You also have Raja yoga, right? Now Raja yoga is like, I'm pretty sure it's like yoga of wisdom. I haven't actually read about that as much, but Raja yoga is for your intellect. It's for the mental body, right? Going on to the causal body type shit. So with that being said, right? When you have the mental body, right? Going on to the causal body, right? The causal body is like where the soul kind of begins at. The causal body is what causes your physical existence. You know what I'm saying? And your soul is what causes that. So it's like you're moving from the intellect onto the soul type shit with Raja Yoga. You know what I'm saying? And that's when you finally start to actually hit the soul. Now, Raja Yoga is like I'm not going to say most, but it's like, you know how I said as a whole, we're done with Hatha Yoga, Bhakti yoga. Raja yoga is one that like more people would probably tend to need nowadays. But like I said, you may need all of them type shit. So you just got to know yourself and where you're at. Are you too intellectual? Are you too emotional? Or do you got both your shits fucked up? Do you need straight inside your body and shit like that? You know what I'm saying? So you got to know yourself on that. But after that, right, you actually get to the causal body, which is the beginning of Agni Yoga, right? So what are the different planes of existence? You have the physical plane, which is this one, the etheric plane. The etheric plane is like an energy plane. It's like where your like life force come from type shit that makes up your body and stuff like that. After that is the astral plane, right? This is the more emotional plane, which is where Bhakti Yoga happens at and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? After the astral plane, right? You have the mental plane. That's for, like, for the mind and the intellect and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like structured thought inside there. And then those structured thoughts make an image inside the astral plane. You know what I'm saying? And then those images make energy inside the etheric plane, and that energy forms your physical body and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Then you have the causal plane. The causal plane is like an abstract mental plane. So in the mental plane, it's like super concrete thoughts. The causal plane is like super duper abstract. You know what I'm saying? It's like you don't even have words for the idea, but there's still an idea there type shit. You know what I'm saying? And the soul begins there. Then you have the Buddhic plane. The Buddhic plane is like a higher astral plane kind of, because it's a very emotional plane and stuff like that. But inside the astral plane, you could still have negative emotions and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And the Buddhic plane, it's all peace and love type shit. It's like the subtle feelings that make the subtle thoughts, and then those subtle thoughts make more concrete thoughts, and those concrete thoughts make an image inside the astral plane. And then, like I said, you get the ether plane, the energy shit. Then the physical plane, you get your actual body and stuff like that, made of the energy and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? And then after the Buddhic plane, you have the Atmic plane. The Atmic plane is like a pure energy plane. It's like it's straight energy inside here, right? You know what I'm saying? But it's not etheric energy. It's like super duper spiritual energy type shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like spirit energy, right? And that spirit energy goes inside the Buddhic plane as like a spiritual feeling kind of a thing. And that spiritual feeling thing is what makes the abstract idea, and then so on and so forth type shit. You know what I'm saying? And then after the Atmic plane, you have the Monadic plane. The Monadic plane is kind of like, that's like damn near, that's like source pretty much. You know what I'm saying? It's like all unified awareness exists inside that plane type shit. You know what I'm saying? And then above that is the logic plane. The logic plane is like all the thoughts that are contained inside of source, but they're not like word thoughts. They're just like a whole bunch of just like random abstract shit. So you may not understand that fully right now, but that's okay, because Agni Yoga is supposed to actually, as you practice Agni Yoga, you may actually, it will be helpful to meditate on the different planes, because they have meditations for that, which I'm going to explain a bit later. So with that being said, now that you have a basic understanding of all the different planes of existence, right? Let's talk about the different stages of Agni Yoga. So the first stage, right? So you go from personality to the soul. Now, like I said, you may need to do some Bhakti Yoga for that, some Raja Yoga for that. But after you do the whole Bhakti and Raja shit, you go from personality to your soul. So what even is the difference? Your personality, right, is the way that you express yourself. And most people are attached to the way that they express themselves. They're attached to their thoughts, their feelings, and their actions. You know what I'm saying? However, your soul, it's just the individualized focal point of awareness. So all your soul does is observe. You know what I'm saying? Now the soul, right, is an accumulation of all your past life experiences. You know what I'm saying? Therefore, when you observe things, right, from this one point, you have a certain perspective that comes from all your other past lives type shit. You heard the bug going off. This confirmation for you right there. That's very important to understand that shit. You know what I'm saying? So the way that you think right now is coming from your genetics. It's coming from ideas that you picked up, and it's also coming from your past lives and your spirit guides type shit, right? Which all exists kind of inside the causal plane and beyond that shit. You know what I'm saying? So inside the causal plane, right? All of your past lives group up type shit to make one individualized point of awareness, right? That just observes shit and can eventually think based upon the shit that you learn inside your past lives and stuff like that, and whatever you pick up from this world and stuff like that and all that other shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's what your soul actually is. It's a focal point of awareness that is combined of all your past lives. You know what I'm saying? I hope that makes sense, right? Once you go from personality to the soul, you disconnect from your individual soul and then get to the group soul. So your individual soul, right? That's like your purpose on the earth type shit. And also all your past lives. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy because when I first got this book, right, this is literally exactly where the fuck I was at, getting my past lives and my purpose and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I've been talking about that type of stuff, right? But you got to move beyond that at some point, because your individual soul, right, that comes from all your past lives is part of a greater soul, a group soul. Now, what is the group soul? The group soul is pretty much like you, your family, and your friends type shit. Like, for example, my dad, right, is a part of my group soul, so I can actually tap into his experiences type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, all his past lives, I can actually get them shits inside of me type shit, because we're actually all the same soul. All of us at the highest level are all the same type shit, which we're gonna talk about, you know what I'm saying? But going up to the whole source shit, you get your personality, then your soul, and then the group soul, your family and your friends type shit, you know what I'm saying? You start seeing the purpose behind why you're with them and stuff like that, and what y'all should be doing type shit. And you can even start seeing their past lives. Like I just said, I could experience my dad's shit also, but even with your friends, right? If they're inside of a group soul with you, you can literally see their past lives type shit. Why they have those lives, the purpose of them being on the earth and all that shit. Then you group together with them and stuff like that and fulfill a greater purpose, right? But then once you identify with the group soul, right, you go beyond that and you get to the soul of humanity. Now instead of just you and your group having a purpose right on the earth, now you're serving the whole entire purpose of humanity as a whole type shit. You literally become one with everybody and everything that's on the earth. Well, everybody on the earth type shit, you know what I'm saying? You become one with all the people on the earth. You become one with humanity type shit, and you fulfill the purpose of humanity as a whole. And then after humanity, right, you move on to the hierarchy, right? So the hierarchy, right, is like a group of higher beings. You ever heard of the Galactic Federation of Light type shit? They're like a part of the hierarchy type thing. You know what I'm saying? The hierarchy deals with beings that go beyond this earth. Extraterrestrials, spirits, angels, all that shit, right? You actually realize that humanity is a part of the hierarchy. You know what I'm saying? It's just like the lower part of it. Then you have like the higher parts also. You have the lower hierarchy and the higher hierarchy, right? And humanity is a part of that shit. And you start seeing humanity is a part of the hierarchy. Let me join the hierarchy. Now you're working with aliens and shit like that. And instead of just serving humans, you serve the whole entire galaxy and the whole universe type shit. You literally could go to other planets and then help other beings type shit. You know what I'm saying? You don't just help out the earth anymore. And that's pretty much the last stage, because as you become the hierarchy, you eventually move on to source type shit. You know what I'm saying? You become one with everybody and everything type shit. You do that as you're on the hierarchy type shit. You know what I'm saying? And then when you become a source, right? It's not like you lose. You don't really lose your personality and your past lives and shit like that. What happens is you just don't become attached to them. So all the lower identities, because these are lower identities, your past life could be super duper crazy, but it's not as crazy as source. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, right, you don't lose them. They're still there. You're just not attached to them. So at some points, right, like for example, let's say that you're, what's something I'm not? Let's say that you're motherfucking, let's say that you have reptilian inside you, and you also have motherfucking, if you don't know the alien races, I'll explain how this example is working. Let's say you have reptilian inside you, but you also have like Pleiadian inside you, right? Your reptilian side, which is going to be a bit more negative and aggressive, right, can be powerful if you're getting into a fight. You know what I'm saying? You may tap into your reptilian side. It could also help with, like, let's say you're gonna like do like some type of like dangerous mission type of shit. You know what I'm saying? You may get more reptilian side. You know what I'm saying? But let's say you're doing like a super duper light mission, Pleiadian side. You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm trying to say? You just know how to use every side properly type shit. You know what I'm saying? If you have like a let's say you have like gray inside you, right? You may use the gray side of you for making technology and type shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So whenever you work with technology, you use your gray side type shit. You know what I'm saying? So you just know how to use every single side of yourself properly, but you don't get attached to it. You don't say I'm only a gray and then forget about your Pleiadian side. You know what I'm saying? You say I'm Pleiadian when I gotta be Pleiadian. I'm a gray when I gotta be a gray, and so on and so forth. You could also say I'm my human personality when I gotta be that also, because sometimes you may talk to somebody, right, and you can't be on some gray Pleiadian shit. You gotta be on some normal human shit. You know what I'm saying? So you don't ever lose any of the lesser identities. You just learn how to detach from them and use them properly type shit. You know what I'm saying? So here's how you actually practice Agni Yoga. There's two main meditations, right? So the first meditation is pretty much like, you breathe. I'm gonna try to explain this shit, but I might not do justice. If you want to practice it, just get the book type shit. But it's like you pretty much breathe, right, and like imagine shit going down to your spine, right, and then you say like Om, like AUM, up your spine, because you're hitting the physical, etheric, astral, and causal plane with that shit. Then at the top is the causal plane type shit, and then you start saying Om. It's like it's you send out an Om through the other planes. So when you do the whole Om, right, AUM. You go to you go from A at the bottom, U in the middle, then M at the top, right? Once you finish that, you're at the causal plane type shit. You would like imagine that, right? Once you're in the causal plane type shit, right? You send out an Om, O-M. So you Om from the causal to the Buddhic plane, right? Then you Om from the Buddhic to the Atmic. Then you Om from the Atmic to the monad. Then you Om from the monad to the logic type shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's how that kind of works. It's pretty much just you meditating on different planes of existence, and the Om is you sending vibrations through them to kind of like activate them and kind of understand them a bit more type of shit. And then the other meditation kind of like deals with you like grouping up with other souls. I can't really explain that one, I'm not gonna lie. Not even gonna lie. But there's 2 meditations, right? If you want to get them, look inside the book. But like I said, Agni Yoga is like a whole entire way of life. You know what I'm saying? Like inside the other Agni Yoga book, right? They don't even give you meditations, but they do tell you about the so you know how Hercules had like 12 trials, right? The 12 trials relate to the 12 zodiac signs and also 12 things that you need to learn to harness inside yourself type shit. Which I wish I wrote that down, but I didn't. You know, that's a separate video. Watch out for a video called the 12 Trials of Hercules or some shit like that. You're gonna know what it is when I upload it. So watch out for that video type shit. You know what I'm saying? So you do also have that. It's like you'll read them. It's like you'll read what they represent and try to embody it inside yourself type shit. You know what I'm saying? So you have that aspect, right? But on a basic level, right? Here's how you practice it. You start going from your personality and then tap into your soul. Simple as that. You may have to do the bhakti yoga, the Raja yoga, whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like if y'all peeped, right? At a point in time, my name was Asar John, which means like Asar is the god of the soul. You know what I'm saying? I've been on this whole getting in tune with the soul shit, not even knowing about fucking Agni Yoga type shit. You know what I'm saying? I only got the Agni Yoga book once I got access to my past lives, because that's literally the first part of Agni Yoga type shit. Before you even practice Agni Yoga, you have to be in tune with the soul. You cannot be a personality trying to practice Agni Yoga type shit. It just doesn't work that way, because Agni Yoga is being practiced by your soul. It's not being practiced by your personality type shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you may do some Egyptian shit and meditate on Osiris or meditate on a star type shit to just get in tune with your soul. You're pretty much trying to become the observer type shit. You know what I'm saying? And then as you become the observer, you observe your own awareness, which is when you get your past lives and your purpose type shit. So once you go from personality to the soul, right, you're gonna tap into your past lives, into your purpose and all that shit, right? You're gonna be integrating all that inside yourself, right? Then once you go from there, you gotta get into with the group soul. You know what I'm saying? You gotta find who else is a part of your soul family, what friends and what family are a part of that higher soul type shit. You know what I'm saying? You start seeing their past lives, your purpose with them, all their soul contracts, all of that shit. And then you move beyond that, and then you start fucking with humanity as a whole type shit. You start seeing everybody past lives, even if it's not your group soul. You start, you know what I'm saying, seeing your soul contracts with everybody. You start seeing how to evolve everybody. You know what I'm saying? And then from there, you join the hierarchy. You're a part of the Galactic Federation of Light now, you could say that. You know what I'm saying? You join all these higher beings and you literally serve the whole entire cosmos and not just the planet type shit. You know what I'm saying? So to practice Agni Yoga, get in tune with your soul first. If you're not in tune with your soul, you can't really practice it type shit. Practice Bhakti Yoga, practice Raja Yoga, you know what I'm saying? Go on some Egyptian shit, you know what I'm saying? Just do the practices in order to get in tune with your soul. You know what I'm saying? Get in tune with your soul, that individual focal point of awareness. Get in tune with your observer self. You know what I'm saying? And then once you do that, you're going to tap into your past lives, your purpose on the earth, and then so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? So I hope this video made sense. There's a whole bunch of shit inside here that I didn't mention, bro. Like there's like different rays and stuff like that, different initiations and stuff like that. I ain't talking about that shit. So if you want to get a full explanation, definitely get this book. And also another book that I linked down below. I'm gonna link the book. So really, the one that says Intro to Agni Yoga, get that one first. And then this one, you know what I'm saying? You can also get the other yoga book, you know what I'm saying? That's only $1 for Kindle, that has all the main yogas inside them. If you're not in tune with your soul, you could just read that shit, you know what I'm saying? I'll also link one book that's like a part of a whole entire series of Agni Yoga type shit. But these books, they're not like telling you what Agni Yoga is. It's more like you're reading a scripture. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're reading like a religious text type shit. You know, I'll put that down below. If you have the Kindle, all that shit is free. I think only like 1 or 2 you gotta buy. But most of those books are free for the Agni Yoga series. You know what I'm saying? So you could just like get that shit on your Kindle. You don't even need Kindle Unlimited. Like, no, you just need the Kindle app, if anything. And then just, you know what I'm saying? You get it on your phone and you can literally get them books right the fuck now. So I'll leave all that shit down below. Like I said, you know, I always got the coaching down below and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? If you want to support the channel, subscribe, like the video. Donations down below. Also, if you want to join the Discord full of star seeds, links down below. You know what I'm saying? Everything is down below, bruh. And I'm going to catch you on my next video. Peace.